Dozens of people have been hurt and as many arrested during extraordinary clashes between police and protesters in Melbourne's CBD. Occupy Melbourne demonstrators are still blocking city streets after police broke up their City Square camp.
Incredible scenes. Outside Town Hall, hundreds of angry protesters blockade Swanston Street. By this afternoon, 400 police had flooded into the CBD to keep the group at bay and the intersections clear. Police say 20 people were injured in the melee, including 2 police officers.
We've had a difficult job to do here. We've had a large number of people. 6
were treated by paramedics for capsicum spray and 1 has been taken to hospital with minor injuries.
It's an absolute disgrace, an assault on our democracy. We would have fought it in Melbourne.
Some of the protesters had spent the past week at the Occupy Melbourne camp in City Square, railing against capitalism and what they call the powerful elite. This morning they were ordered to move.
Your refusal to leave constitutes you as trespassers. Please leave.
Predictably, the group stayed and fences were brought in to surround the camp.
These are scare tactics that are happening here.
They called in backup and soon were surrounded by hundreds of supporters.
The protesters had said they would stay here until their message was heard, forever if needed. But the patience of local businesses and the City Council ran out after just a few days.
The first police move was to clear along one side of City Square. Then finally, 4 hours after arriving, police moved to break down the camp. And when the wreckage from the week-long camp was cleared away, police moved in on the protesters. One by one, they were pulled free from their chain, police using whatever force was necessary. Finally, City Square was clear, but the protesters, now joined by their supporters, spilled onto Swanston Street. The 150 police were joined by another 250 as they struggled to maintain control of the city. For hours, the protesters blocked the intersection of Swanston and Collins Streets. Then finally, police succeeded in moving them up Swanston. Protesters are furious at police tactics.
They chose violence and brutality, and many people now are injured, many people are in custody.
We're trying to use the minimum amount of force as possible. We've asked the demonstrators or protesters to move on peacefully. They obviously haven't.
The protesters are now calling on others to join them, warning they're planning to return to City Square and resume their Occupy Melbourne protest. Laurel Irving, 7 News.
The protesters are now on the move to Carlton and using social media to call for more recruits. Laurel Irving is there tonight. Laurel, what's happening there at the moment?
Mitch, the group of several hundred protesters is now moving slowly up Lygon Street. They had a short meeting here at Trades Hall a little while ago on the corner of Victoria and Lygon Street, completely blocking that intersection, but they've moved slowly up the street now. They've been using Twitter to encourage more of their followers to come down and join them. So this protest is showing no signs of disbanding at this stage. As you can see, there are still several hundred police here as well. They've been with them all day, and you can only imagine they will soon once again move in and try to move them on.